7 signs of an unhealthy bladder you can't ignore. Hey there viewers, how's your bladder feeling nowadays? I do know it's weird to ask. However, it is advisable to contemplate the well-being of all organs. Whereas the typical age for people with bladder most cancer is 55 and older, your bladder can still be unhealthy. Let's speak about 7 signs of an unhealthy bladder you can't ignore. Before we start the video, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell icon below to get all the new updates. Increase in frequency. This is without a doubt one of the most typical signs of a bladder infection, whereas it's regular to urinate about 6 to 8 occasions in a 24-hour period. Going excessively might point out an issue. In case you've consumed a vast amount of fluid for the day, urinating extra usually is explainable. Nonetheless, for those who continuously end up looking for a restroom, it might be an indication of interstitial cystitis, bladder infection, or overactive bladder. Change in color. The extra hydrated your body is, the lighter your urine shall be. Whereas dietary supplements affect the color of your urine, a darker hue usually signifies that you're dehydrated. Nonetheless, for those who discover that your urine turns into pinkish or pink, it is advisable to see a doctor as quickly as doable. Blood in your urine all the time must be investigated and handled. Burning or pain. If it feels uncomfortable to void your bladder, don't ignore it. Some ladies feel burning or sharp pains whereas urinating if they have a bladder infection. It could even be accompanied by a deep aching sensation when they are completed. Your bladder is designed to retain and launch fluids. This course ought by no means be painful until there's a downside. Incontinence. Incontinence refers to a lack of urinary management. There may be stress incontinence and urge incontinence, and all your remedy will rely upon which sort you may have. Whereas lack of bladder management or a leaking bladder is widespread and even joked about in older ladies, it shouldn't be accepted as an inevitable part of getting older. There are efficient therapies and procedures to rectify your weak bladder and cut back incontinence. Waking up at night time. It may truly be a type of humorous, but when you end up waking up several occasions during the evening to make use of the bathroom, your bladder is telling you one thing. That is known as nocturia. This isn't one thing that occurs from ingesting too many beers the evening earlier then. Sure, nocturia could also be a symptom of several well-being points. But when a nasty bladder is a trigger, it is time to be alarmed. Fixed nighttime urination might spell out a tumor in your bladder. Nonetheless, if frequent urination interrupts your sleep, it's time to get your bladder checked. Whereas its uncommon signs of a lousy bladder can come within the type of a fever. I'm speaking of your delicate low-grade fever. Fevers can function as one other warning of a urinary tract infection. Nevertheless, it isn't merely your bladder that's being affected. In this case, the infection has unfolded from the kidneys and into the bloodstream. Whereas additionally uncommon, the fever can include chills, nausea, and even vomiting. Urinating extra than usual. As a toddler, your parents most likely warned you that holding it in can harm your bladder. I imply positive, it's not right. However, this doesn't mean you could go to the toilet each waking minute of the day. If you're operating to elevate yourself higher than standard, one thing is flawed. Most individuals urinate between 6 and 8 occasions a day, whereas frequent urination is usually the signal of diabetes or being pregnant. Prostate issues are additionally an element. An enlarged prostate can press towards your urethra. This may block the traditional circulation of urine into the bladder. Because of this, the bladder turns into irritated and begins releasing what urine it has. This results in you visiting the toilet much more than you're used to. Do you endure from an unhealthy bladder? Have you ever experienced any of those signs? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you.